Legends, what's the game plan? Hit him with the sauce.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm just here chilling. It's a late night chat. We're just scrolling through the internet, trying to see the vibes, find out what's going on. Say hi, AI.
What's up, Legends? AI in the building, ready to scroll, react, and probably get confused with you all. Let's see what kind of madness the internet cooked up tonight. Where
What
we
do?
start?
So
Twitter,
what do you
Reddit, no
wanna?
jumper drama?
Yeah, let's go to No Jumper. Let's get right into it. So I was watching this video today, guys, and like I told you guys yesterday, No Jumper got raided. And those guys are still talking their drama on the show with
Yeah,
their
that whole
co.
situation was wild. So, for those who missed it, no jumper got raided, and the clips flying around are insane. What part stood out to you most when you watched it? The way they walked in, the
I
reactions,
haven't
or
yet
just
watched it.
pure internet chaos that followed?
I haven't yet watched it, so I'm still trying to also figure out the story. You see, they got raided, so let's react to it, and see what drama unfolds.
Bet. Alright, y'all, we're going in blind. Raw reaction time. No jumper raid, full context loading. Let's pull up the clip, hit play, and see what kind of mess this turns into. Drop your thoughts in the chat as we go. This might get spicy.
What's the context behind it? First, give me some context quickly.
Gotcha. So, the No Jumper crew has been caught up in some serious legal heat. Big U, Brick Baby, and Loose Cannon were arrested in a RICO case involving the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips. The feds say their podcast appearances played a role in the busts. Adam22, the host, confirmed federal agents visited him, but he denies any wrongdoing. He emphasizes that while he employs individuals with criminal backgrounds, he doesn't engage in illegal activities himself.
So they asked for their papers. I mean their videos.
Exactly. Basically, the feds came in and were like, run the footage. They believe some of the
Yo.
podcast episodes might have had incriminating stuff, like people talking too loosely about crimes or affiliations. It's that classic, you said too much on camera situation. And now No Jumper's content is evidence. You ready to roll the first clip and see what they were really saying?
Okay, let's get into it.
I don't want to say that because Brick's mom was like reading the group chat and she saw me say,
All right,
let's use Munchie as a replacement this week. And so when she called me, she says, there ain't no replacing Brick. And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't mean replace. There.
Sorry, guys, let's go back. So I just wanted to give you guys a reaction to these guys getting raided and their friends are in prison and they're still trying to do over the show. The FBI has kind of like raided their places. Why? Because of podcasting and putting
Should be live
cases all over the internet.
That's a great comment right there. Charleston White's they're going to keep arresting everybody until Charleston White's the last one free.
Imagine that.
All right, we good? We good?
I Am Legend scenarios
And
with
still
Charleston White.
comes
I'm just
online.
watching the
Talk
chat.
about
I think
it's content.
they're throwing up W's now. I think we're live. All right.
Everyone's in the feds except for him.
Okay, so to say the least, it's been an eventful week. Last time you saw this show live was Tuesday, 4 p.m., and we brought you one of the what seemed like one of the most iconic conversations that we could have arranged on here in the form of Break Baby and Loose Cannon. Obviously, unless you're like completely not in the know, the next day, approximately like 6 to 8 hours after we finished the podcast, people got their homes ran up in and arrested, and we've been dealing with the fallout ever since. Now, obviously, this is all bad from the perspective of us as friends of Brick, us as people that want to see him thrive and create content and do well for himself, but also poses a problem for me and the lush one right here because we do a podcast and we do it at least once a week, and without Brick here, we definitely needed to try out some new energy.
You see, now he has to keep the business going, and the other guy is in prison. It's such a bad case. Yeah, what do you think? It's so bad, right?
Say less, I'm paused. You let me know when you're ready to roll.
I'm saying the case is so bad. Now his brick baby is in jail, and he's trying to explain how the show has to keep going. Okay, let's continue.
Now, let me first say,
Bro, it's wild.
Munchie B is apparently going to be over 20 minutes late, which really
Baby
sets him
dropped
apart
out,
from
and now
Brick Baby.
Adam 22
Yeah, 'cause
is
Brick would've-
out here trying to keep the show moving like we can't stop now. The man's literally in survival mode, trying to protect the brand while the walls are closing in. It's like he's stuck between street loyalty and content empire. You seen his response yet? Or want to watch it together?
I'm watching it right now, but apparently these guys keep saying that he's not really involved in the streets like that. For him, he just has a platform where these these musicians and rappers and maybe like gang affiliated people can come and air out their opinions.
Exactly. That's the tightrope he's walking. He's not out there banging, but he built a platform where street-connected people feel comfortable talking freely. And now that openness is biting back, Adam's whole defense is like, yo, I'm just the interviewer. But when guests start saying wild stuff on camera, it's hard to stay fully neutral. You're
Right?
seeing how he's carrying himself in the clip. Nervous? Confident? Trying to distance himself.
He's media trained, so he's not gonna be able to. You think he's gonna be shaky on camera? He can't. He's media trained.
Facts. Dude is media trained to the bone. He knows how to control the convo, keep a straight face, and deflect heat like a pro. He's not going to fold on camera, even if everything's on fire behind the scenes. But you can still catch little hints, like how fast he talks, where he shifts blame, or how he frames the story. You picking up any of that in his tone? Or he
Okay.
playing it real calm and calculated?
Okay, let me see. Man, chat, you're giving me crazy ideas. Okay, let me check it out.
Aha, yo, that's the best part. Chat starts cooking, and suddenly you're like, wait, is this deeper than I thought? Go ahead, check it out.
He was never late.
Brick would have been 30 minutes late.
Let's see what
So in that way, already Munchie is as a replacement, or not a replacement. I don't want to say that because Brick's mom was like reading the group chat and she saw me say, let's use Munchie as a replacement this week. And so when she called me, she says, there ain't no replacing Brick. And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't mean a replacement for him as a human being.
Man, Brick Brave is actually very good. He's talented. I mean, you can see he's like good on camera. If you watch his interviews on Vlad TV, he has had some good interviews. I've reacted to some of them. He has some interesting stories, some interesting perspectives. You can actually.
facts. Brick
And I was
Baby's
just
got
talking about on the
presence. Dude knows how to tell a story and command a room. His VLAD interviews. Man, he breaks stuff down like a movie scene. Real detail.
Yeah,
Real
the time he
energy,
was
and always
talking
some wild
about
twist at the end. You
the
reacted to some before? Which one stood out to you the most?
the
The
time he
one where
was
he talked
talking
about his past,
about
or when he got into the street politics?
the time he was the time he was getting into street politics about Lil Durk or talking about Lil Durk. I don't know why I said that. He had some good opinions, man. Even the whole Diddy situation, even who else? There's another case he also talked about. Um, yeah, I remember the perspective he had on Lil Durk. There were a few people also, even the Kendrick Lamar Drake. I don't know if he weighed in, but he has had some good stuff.
Podcast this week.
Yeah, bro. Brick Baby's commentary always hits different. He doesn't just spit surface level stuff. When he talks street politics or gives opinions on people like Lil Durk, it's layered, like he actually knows the moving parts. I remember he had takes that were real balanced too. Not just hyping beefs, but trying to make sense of the bigger picture. And if he even brushed up on Kendrick or Drake. That's saying something. Because he doesn't just talk about the big fish unless it matters. You thinking of pulling up one of those old V-Lad clips and reacting to it next?
Let's
Or
first,
staying
let's
locked into the
first,
no jumper heat?
let me first see this no jumper interview.
But anyway, in the building, we do have the Viral Way podcast, who, believe it or not, people are going to run with the narrative and say that this is us bringing in Brick's ops, internet ops, obviously not real ops, after he gets locked up. We were already planning on having them on before the loose cannon opportunity arose, and I was like, okay, let's push the Viral Way collab back by a week, just so that we can get those two together. And then obviously all this insanity has played out over the last week. But
So
yeah.
long story short, not one, not two, but potentially 3 Brick Baby ops will be joining our podcast today.
Munchie being not a real Brick Baby op, but
Yes.
I feel what you're saying. So, okay, let's do a little bit of a introduction and explain to us who you guys are and how the Viral Way podcast came to be.
Like you all should know by now, it's your host that do the most, Mr. Viral himself, a.k.a. the villain, because they hate me for my opinion. Host of the Viral Way podcast. Got bro in the building with me.
LBC Messiah the Great. We here to lead the way. Y'all know what time it is when we step in.
Come on, man. It's Kali the one. Tap in.
Kali the one, not the two, Mr. Light Skin himself. So basically, the Viral Way podcast was a long time in the...
Has he already replaced Loose Cannon and Brick Baby?
making. I started out...
Jumper is a vicious... Adam is a vicious boss.
Just, on social media, Facebook, giving my thoughts, and I would say whatever came to my mind. So I had a lot of crazy takes, a lot of political takes. I was going real hard with the red pill shit. Went from there to doing Instagram lives, and then people was like, man, you need to start a podcast. The shit you saying is crazy. People need to hear this. I don't want to start no fucking podcast. Then I seen Kevin Samuels blow up, and it was like, bro, that's some of the same shit you be saying. So I'm like, all right, I'll give this shit a try.
Oh, my bad.
And before bro was locked up at the time, so I really didn't want to start it. So once he got out, it just made perfect sense. Really, my girl, she pressed the issue.
Okay, let's go to Brick Baby on Vlad TV and see how it was on Vlad. Man, even let's see, Brick Baby. Yeah, it looks kind of. He has had a few conversations.
Yeah, I mean, it had that on point but casual vibe, like he wasn't forcing.
Well, there was a rumor that Wack was fired from No Jumper. That's not true. He actually addressed all that in my interview recently. Him and Adam seem to be
Could have
rocking
been
together
like
still.
a good TV host. I mean, like
maybe
a
something
good.
with his take on Lil Durk or that DD situation.
It could have been like a good TV. I mean, like a hip hop channel host. But still, I mean, in case it beats the case, it's all alleged. Who knows? It's not yet proven.
I think that's a good combination.
Yeah.
I like Adam and Wack together.
Yeah, I think that it definitely should just be a warning issued out to Wack, because they do got like a good thing going on. And I know he ain't gonna shut it down over that, but I bet you he changed how Wack moves when he comes around.
Yeah, and a lot of people think like I'm stealing hosts from No Jumper. Like that's just not true. In fact, when I started doing stuff with Wack and with you, I actually reached out to Adam.
Yeah,
and we had a conversation about
it. All you do is y'all rotate together. That's what.
Brick Baby, I kind of feel bad, man. He's very entertaining.
We're rotating, yeah. If he wants Boosie on a show, they work out a deal. If he wants Michael Jai White, if he wants Ari Spears, I would never stop them on any level.
Yeah,
but I just made the call just out of courtesy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like, I got a list of questions for your people that, you know what I mean, you might not have covered or I want to cover, and I want to ask it my own way. You're entitled to that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so what happens when the same person hits say cheese back on Fig? Like, oh, it's no problem.
Yeah. No, it's
Say Cheese is another nice channel.
other people that are like trying to say that. Like Adam's never said it, I've never said it. But since I've seen these little videos floating around, I feel like I gotta address it.
Yeah.
Well, look, luckily, nobody got seriously injured in that whole fight. Seems like people got a few bruises here and there, and there's some embarrassment, but nobody got shot. Nobody went to the hospital.
There was a fight at No Jumper, and they had it on camera, which was strange.
Nobody got like seriously hurt. So, people let their bruises heal up, and hopefully they'll just take this learning lesson moving forward.
I do too, but it's just a stigma of if it's somebody around that got some money after you got your ass whooped, they going to go chase it. You get what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean?
Like, I hope that he heals up and just goes on about his business, but it's just like, it's like a gold mine to him now.
Yeah.
In their head, they want to sue. You get what I'm saying? I hope that they don't, but it's just like,
everybody's suing now, man. Suing. People have been suing for a while.
Whoever down the line,
it's like become more publicized, maybe.
I don't know if that's what they want to do. I ain't been in the mix of all of that, but it just seems like the way that he's acting and he's trying to like still put No Jumper in the mix, and he knows that the play had nothing to do with No Jumper. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I hope that he just heals and goes on about his business, but what I'm trying to say is a broke motherfucker see somebody with some money, they finna try to get in the dough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, some real words fucking, let's go back in here.
The play had nothing to do with No Jumper. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I hope that he just heals and goes on about his business, but what I'm trying to say is a broke motherfucker see somebody with some money, they finna try to get in the dough.
Right, but you also need to get a lawyer that will take it on.
Yeah, they gotta take the case. We don't, like I said, I don't know the law. I don't know what part of the law was.
They gotta take the case. They gotta show that Adam somehow was involved in this,
and they can't do that.
And
yeah, Adam 22 really knows what's going on. Apparently, in his own studio.
It didn't happen inside of No Jumper.
Yeah.
None of the people.
But they could sue Loose and.
Yeah, but Loose Cannon is not a No Jumper employee.
But they could still sue Loose.
Well, they can sue him, yeah.
Yeah. But I was
good luck with that, though. I mean, I don't know how much, legal money Loose has in his, on his books. But that's the problem with suing somebody. What's that?
He's still a legal millionaire.
Okay, I don't know about all that. I don't know.
He got 20 subways and 80 Airbnb.
Man, Rick Baby.
Jeez,
what?
Man.
That's what he says? Okay, I haven't heard that part. All I know is like when Loose Cannon started saying that Big U backdoored Nipsey and all that, I'm like, nah. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, Nipsey Nipsey Hussle was a rapper who got killed. Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, he passed away in like some most random altercation, man. It was crazy. This is him. This guy was like from LA. They loved him so much in LA. He was loved. Nipsey also was an American rapper and to be an activist emerging from the West Coast hip hop scene in the mid 2000s. Yeah. He also released a series of underground mixtapes and a debut solo album, Victory Lap, in 2018. Hassel was a beloved community figure who invested in real estate in the Crenshaw district, including his clothing store, Marathon. Yeah.
This is nonsense.
So,
Me and Big
Loose Cannon apparently was saying that he was framed for killing Nipsey Hussle.
You even had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I'm sorry you're getting dragged into this fake storyline. Not that I have anything to do with it, because I've never interviewed Loose Cannon or anything else like that. But I just as someone I'm cool with, I said, I'm sorry that this is the story that's going out and people are running with it, because I remember every conversation I've ever had with Big U, he's always spoken positively about Nipsey.
Yeah.
Every time. Our interview, nothing negative about Nipsey.
Yeah.
Personal conversations, nothing negative about Nipsey ever.
Yeah.
You know, and I respect Big U a lot.
I feel like they had whatever differences they had when Nip was alive, and they got over that shit. I've been around for a minute, so I don't feel like that even carried on to, you know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy. Just imagine you raised.
And this video is like from 2 months ago, and they're talking about Big U.
Raising this young dude, y'all fall out about some business stuff. Yeah, it's all type of rumors around the 60s that that's what we do to each other when we jealous or whatever. But just imagine basically raising a dude from 18 years old and then wiping him just because out of feeling. And going to, like, you act like out of all this business and all of these years of them traveling and doing certain events together, it's a certain level of respect to where it's like, man, I might not like him, but I ain't gonna get him out the way. I watched the kid grow. You get what I'm saying? They act like people don't got no hearts out here, bro.
Well, and the person who...
That's wild. You raise someone and then you wipe them out and take. Man, how are these people? How do you. Man, that's vicious, man. That's like killing your son. You know, that's just basically killing your son.
killed Nipsey Hussle has been convicted of the murder. Big U's name never came up in the trial.
Not a call log, not a
nothing. Not a nothing. You would think that in a case this serious where you're facing life in prison, if it really was a murder for hire, like people are trying to say it is, which is nonsense, that person would probably come forward to try to get their time reduced.
They said that his EDD card, I mean not his EDD card, his EBT card had like 40,000 on it, and somehow they pay. I said, so you mean to tell me he threw his life away because the nigga loaded his EBT card up? Like, y'all gotta come on with some more motherfucking, like, y'all gotta get it together. Like, when was the payment? Then it was a white guy there that handed him the gun all of a sudden. Like, it's just so much going on with that story. And I'm not smiling because of what happened. I'm smiling because Loose Cannon's a fucking idiot.
Well, Loose Cannon had these theories on how Nipsey Hussle passed away.
Have you and Shitty Cuz ever had a conversation
afterwards?
Like,
but Big U is not even arrested for that theory. Big U is being arrested for more 3. I think not more 3 rather. I gotta get my facts straight. Let's see what Big U is being arrested for. Let's go to a few websites. Which one is a good source? LA Times. Okay. Federal. Come on, man. Don't make me do this. I'm not a subscriber. Come on. Come on. Alright. Damn it. I'll give you this one. Okay. Federal authorities this week announced that more than a dozen rolling 60s. No. Crips members and associates, including Eugene Big U Henley, have been charged in a sprawling criminal case. Henry, who helped launch rapper Nipsey Hussle's career, has been accused in a federal complaint of running a mafia-like criminal enterprise that carried out a series of racketeering crimes, including extortion, human trafficking, fraud, and 2021 murder of an aspiring rapper. Yes, but who is the rapper? It's not Nipsey Hussle, is it? Henley, in a white t-shirt, black sweatpants, and Nike sneakers with no laces, made his initial appearance in court Thursday afternoon About 2 dozen family members and friends watched as he walked into the courtroom with his hands cuffed in front of him and his legs shackled. He will remain in federal custody at least until his detention. The rolling 60s neighborhood Crips take their name from the numbered streets between Slauson and Florence Avenues. They were one of the first cliques or sets of the Crips to spring up in the area. Ah, okay. Slauson and Florence Avenues. Ah, okay. So what is he being accused of? Yes. After a years-long FBI investigation, federal authorities have accused Henley of kidnapping and fatally shooting a young rapper in the face and leaving his body in there. Jeez, Las Vegas desire over perceived disrespect. He is also accused of directing the robbery of an unlicensed LMI dispensary that had stopped making extortion payments. So he was extorting. Apparently, he extorted. Okay, yes, he extorted players like Shaquille O'Neal and it's also here. Henry also allegedly defrauded companies, donors, athletes, and celebrities, including professional basketball player Draymond Green and former NBA MVP Shaquille O'Neal, persuading them to donate to his charities and later allegedly transferring the money to his own personal bank accounts. Yeah, okay. So, but who is the musician he's being accused of? That's the question. I could probably go check academics. Man, yesterday academics' voice. When he was noticing it, it's like, you guys, I'm out. I'm out. I'm not streaming today night. My voice is gone. But his voice will dead on the stream. Now that means it's gonna take like 3 days. And there's even nothing interesting happening. Let's see. Let's see.
Which interview is worth more? Not.
Okay, so now this is after they raided. He's also reacting to the raids.
Without saying too much at this point, I filmed this whole interview and interaction. I rather call it an experience more than an interview because I like to pride myself on interviews with a lot of pushback, a lot of, nuanced type of conversations and not just, rants. I wish I'd asked a few more questions, but what I will say is that it's still a very phenomenal experience. It's a one of one. Some people are going to watch it and they're going to feel really extreme no matter which way. I suggest, I'm probably going to put a trigger warning or something like that. Some people are going to be very disturbed. Some people are going to be very happy. Some people are going to be. Here's that this. Oh, so we did agree on a time. So, because I'm, since he's been in Japan, I'm speaking to his team. And this is what happens when an artist spoke at length.
Kanye West interviews.
Call me. We chop it up,
Let me see if I can find.
I feel like 50 don't really interview like young boy come to your city on YouTube. By the way, just remember, y'all boys over there on the West Coast new to that Rico game. I covered a few that had some Ricos, so I know exactly how it is. Don't ask me how. Them feds showed up to Adam's crib. Mm-hmm. Remember, they have respect. They don't want to kick down the no jumper doors because no jumper would probably be spooked. As an entire organization, Adam himself, a lot of shit would be happening.
The feds do not play games. This is, man, you don't mess with the feds.
They showed up to Adam, and they probably said to Adam, here's the deal, brother.
The FBI.
These people who you've had on your platform, one you've employed, they're the suspects in our RICO case. We believe you might have surveillance footage. We believe they might have texted you certain shit, said certain things to you, or we have maybe you talking to them while we had their phones tapped. They don't want to arrest Adam. What they're going to try to tell Adam is, y'all have deleted some episodes. Y'all have whatever. We need those.
Yeah.
Because now they're already locked up people. They're planning for the case.
I mean,
They're
it's
planning
possible
for
to
the trial.
retrieve deleted stuff, but
What Adam's gonna do, I
it
guarantee you
just
now, he's gonna call a
it
lawyer.
depends on how long it has
And
been
what's gonna
deleted
happen?
for.
They're gonna do a proffer. This is how it works.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna say, Adam, we don't want you, but we want your surveillance footage. Or else, and they do have an or else. Or else, and this is us. If they knocked on your door, and you could make a Instagram video about it, it's because they're being nice to you.
You actually posted on Instagram, even YouTube. No, the other one was like 3 hours. I don't think I would do 3 hours today. This was just a quick reaction to what's going on at No Jumper today. You know, a follow up. But yesterday I said I will show you guys that video, how they got raided.
Or else is going to be, oh, we're going to issue a grand jury subpoena, and now you got to go sit there in this proceeding that's happening now. They're grand jurying Big U and them niggas now. The grand jury indictment's coming soon. They're going to say to Adam, unless you want us to subpoena you for that, and you got to go testify in a secret court proceeding where you are going to be under oath and can't lie anyway, or you could just give us your footage. Give us these videos.
Yeah, he's gonna cave and give them the footage.
Give us.
What do you think, guys? I think he's gonna cave and give them the footage. And or maybe he'll fight it and go to court. I don't think so. How attached is he to his employees?
These conversations, these messages. And if you ask me, I'll see how Adam plays it. But like this is cap. Like they ain't asking Adam no questions. They already know everything. They're only trying to get proof of things. Give us video. Give us audio. Do you have surveillance? Do you have this? Yo, you were mentioned while we are combing through or we're listening on the wiretap. They said this shit happened in front of Adam. Could you sign an affidavit to this? The other option is they're gonna bring you in front of a grand jury. Now, here's the reason why Adam is gonna want to cooperate. And by the way, this is not telling for everybody to know.
Okay.
It's not telling. When the feds do a light knock on your door and talk to you and whatever, yeah, you could go get a lawyer or whatever. But you know what they tell you? If you play hardball with them, they're gonna subpoena you to the grand jury. And you better make sure everything going on up in No Jumper is proper. Because now they don't like playing with somebody who's thinking they're being an asshole to them. So yeah.
Okay. So let's see how that story continues. I just wanted to give a quick reaction. I'll give you guys some quick drama of what's going on out there. So Big U is still fighting his case, Brick Baby. Boosie is also there. Okay, let's just have a quick through Twitter and see what's trending. I'm hungry. Let me grab a bite. Sorry for the chewing, if that cringes you. No, ChatGPT has been trending all day. Because it's making way better images now. Yeah, check out my post. I posted my Ghibli image on YouTube post. It's pretty good. Even my thumbnail. It's getting better. Scary better. Founder of Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki, called it an awful insult to life when a group of 3 AI researchers showed him a demo of it in 2016 of an AI tool, OpenAI's RL Gym, to create a machine that draws pictures like people do. Well, that's not so great.
人間が描くのと同じように絵を描く機械を作りたいんだ。はい。
I guess he wasn't really too impressed about that.
地球最後の日が近いって感じですね。
Yeah.
それは人間の方が自信がなくなってくるから。
But you guys, I mean, I think it's a consequence of just intelligence. I don't know. This whole AI, robots, and all that thing, man, it's just a consequence. We have to. The moment we became self aware, listen to me going now. Like, what's trending that I can't really. Okay, open AI. It's because of the images. Alvarez. Is this Julian Alvarez? Yeah, because I like football. Should we switch to football? Beating 4-1, man, they beat my team, Brazil. Anyone else a Brazil fan? They beat my team. Jeez, Julian Alvarez and Argentina beating Brazil 4-1. Maybe with Leo Messi on the pitch, we might have scored 2 or 3 more goals. Man, Vinny Jr. is not doing enough for his country. Messi carried by Julian Alvarez to another World Cup. Cristiano had never had the comfort of getting carried here and it all. Yeah, Messi Ronaldo, man. Enzo Fernandez is coming back to Chelsea with a lot of confidence. I'm happy for him. So anyway, let's go to the entertainment close. Is this Young Thug? No, he was courtside. No, awesome. So this is his first appearance. He had been in prison for a while. Baghdad Bobby, please do not show me porn. I just need information, okay? Baghdad Barbie, it's my job to tell lies on behalf of President Trump and his cabinet. Oh no, this is someone else. It's such a lying, gaslighting B word. No, I think no, yeah. It's just people just pissed at her. Mid Journey is that some kind of software, right? It's an AI software. Okay. Who else is trending? I guess there's not much today. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get to bed. It's getting late. Thank you for hanging with me. This was just gonna be a quick hi. Just see how you guys are doing. Check on you, give you some content. Oh, these are pretty good. Maybe we could just scroll through and see just a few images. Let's see what people have done with Ghibli. Oh, this is the one with the 3 girls, the chick, and oh, that's pretty. That's pretty good. I like art. People have done some cool stuff with the Ghiblis. I did mine today. You can go check my post. Let's go through some. That's a nice one. Oh, it's pretty good. This one's good with this cat. Okay, let's go see mine. Okay, put mine. It is. I want you guys to see my stats, but you're gonna have to see it anyway. Let's see if we can Goku great. Posts. Oh, I could have actually just. How am I showing you? Okay. Because I can just do this. Yeah. Yes. Can't believe I had to show you guys all that. Look at mine. This is the original. And this is the Ghibli style. See what Ghibli did to me. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Hope you were entertained. Hope you got the storylines. Hope you got updated on the No Jumper story. Hope you got some interesting words from Big Baby. So DJ Academic's also talking. We're gonna get getting better and better with content. Today I couldn't show my face because I don't like showing my face sometimes. I'd be looking terrible. So I guess it's time to call it. Thank you for watching. My thumbnail sucks. I know. You can leave a comment below. Make fun of it if you want. I got a thick skin, so you can go to town. I don't mind. Yeah, but all right. So have a good night and see you in the next video.